Claude Monet once said, "Light is the most important person in the picture." This is an intro to artist studio lighting. So the first thing is, you may wonder why I need studio lighting. Well, you don't. You can go with a window or your light bulb in the ceiling. But if you truly want to control what the viewer will see, you first have to see what you want them to see. You can create more emphasis on the subject, you can create a tremendous amount of pop, you can give it a Rembrandt light, and then you can balance your light. So the color is the color you want them to see. You can evoke an emotion by changing the color temperature. And the color temperature can be more like the early morning, the high rise of the sun, the setting of the sun, moonlight. You can do that in your studio no matter what time it is, what season it is, and it can remain constant. What would one light do on the subject? One light would give you usually a fairly dramatic kind of lighting. It might be exactly what you're looking to do, but two lights can provide fill on the other side. Keep in mind also, these lights are very powerful. You're going to be able to reduce and increase how bright they are. If you really want to control things, a third light might be appropriate. If you really want your subject to pop forward, you might put a light behind the subject. It casts an additional light that brings it out of the background. If control over the most important thing, the light, is important to you, you'll have control over that. With these studio lights, you can control the color, the intensity, and even where the lights are on your subject, on your canvas, and on your palette. These aren't just frivolous things in an artist studio. These are essential things in your artist studio. When I was younger and working in our first retail store in Great Neck, New York, customers would come in and they'd say, how do I get started? So we used to just have a Colorview bulb, which was an incandescent bulb that burnt hot. Certainly people have lots of these around their house. One thing that's totally eliminated, almost totally eliminated, is the heat that these lamps put out and the amount of power that these lamps use. You're not going to short circuit your house using LED lights, and you'll have so much more control over them than you would with a typical incandescent light bulb. To change the color of the light, the intensity of the light, without adding a lot of extra heat to the studio, without blowing fuses left and right. This is an amazing place to be for me 50 years later, to be able to offer you something that was not available certainly 50 years ago. Having these lights will now give you the confidence that your painting will be seen as it was meant to be seen.